Good afternoon, students. I am Professor Charuta Wagmare along with the supporting staff Mr. R.S. Mahabude sir. Today we are going to perform the experiment on sieve analysis. So the aim of this experiment is to determine the percentage of various size particles in a soil sample and to classify the coarse grain soil. So for this performance, the apparatus we are needed is set of coarse sieve analysis. So we are having the set of 12.5 mm size. So it depends upon the openings in between this. So diagonally if we measure that, it will show a 12.5 mm size. So the opening of size is nothing but your sieve size. Then for coarse sieve analysis, second sieve that we are using is 10 mm size. Okay. And then remaining is your pan. So now we are going to attach these sets. Bottom we will have a pan. On the above of the pan we are having a sieve of size 10 mm. And above that we are having a size of 12.5 mm. And then we will cover this assembly with the help of this lead. So this particular sieve set is used for the determination of coarse grain size, and after this we are using the sieve set for the determination of fine grain soil. So for the determination of fine grain soil, the sieve sizes we are using are, sieve that we are using is sieve number 4.75 mm. So you can see the size opening of this. So again it depends upon whatever the void or the size of opening. Then after 4.75, the sieve sizes we are using is 2 mm. So you can very well see the difference between the size openings. This is a sieve of 4.75 and this is a sieve of 2 mm. The sieve sizes we are using next to 2 mm is our 0.850 mm size, that is 850 micron is the size we are using. Then next we are having is 0.425 mm sieve. Then this is 0.150 mm sieve. And lastly we are having 75 micron, that is 0.075 mm sieve. So you can see the size of this 75 micron is very fine. Okay. And then we are using pan so that we can have the sieve material in this pan. Okay. And please see to it that we have to arrange in the proper sequence as I have already mentioned to you. And we have to again keep this cover so that materials will not flow out from this sieve. Okay. Now we have seen the various sets that we are using for the determination of sieve analysis. Along with this, we are requiring balance of 0.1 gram sensitivity. And for the sieve analysis of fine grain soil, we are having a mechanical shaker. So this is mechanical shaker with the help of which we are going for the fine sieve analysis. Now let's start the performance. For this, first of all, we must have 2 kg of soil sample which is completely oven dry. Now we have measured 2 kg of soil sample. For coarse sieve analysis, we are going to put this soil into the sieve sizes that I have mentioned earlier for the coarse grain analysis. That is in the 12.5, 10 and then this is pan. Now I will put the lid over there, and with the help of manual shaking for near about 2 to 3 minutes we have to shake this complete assembly so that the soil which is passing through this particular sieve is retained in the pan. So in this way we have to do the manual shaking. After that, as you can see, we have put all 2 kg of soil sample in the coarse in the 12.5, that is upper sieve. So after shaking, you can see that only few particles which are retained on this particular 12.5 mm sieve are there. ठीक है. Then after that we can see that the soil particles which are gone through 12.5 are retained on 10 mm sieve. ठीक है. And those which are passing through this 10 mm sieve, they are collected in the pan. Have to weigh the weight of the soil in each sieve. So let's start with the sieve number 1, that is for 12.5 mm. What is the amount of soil that is retained? So as it is near about 202 gram is retained on the particular 12.5 mm sieve. Next we will see mass of soil retained on 10 mm sieve. So it comes out as 192 gram. Then after that we are not going to count this much weight of the soil because we are going for the fine sieve analysis. So for fine sieve analysis, as I have explained earlier, we are using different sets for this particular fine sieve analysis. So we are going to put whatever the remaining material that is sieved through this coarse sieve. Now we are putting into this fine sieve analysis. The fine sieve analysis, sir has arranged all these sets according to the numbers or according to the manner I have already stated you. For fine sieve analysis, we are going for the mechanical shaker because two fine particles we are having over there. Okay. So sir is putting this complete set assembly for fine sieve analysis into the mechanical shaker. And we have to shake it for near about 3 to 4 minutes again so that all the particles get sieved from each respective sieve sizes. As you can see, we have shake it mechanically so that particles get sieved from each set. Okay. After the completion, again we are going to perform the same thing. That means we have to determine the mass of soil retained in each pan. Okay. So we will start with the first. We have to remove the lid, of course, and then we are measuring how much mass is retained in each sieve. This is first sieve, that is 4.75 mm sieve. So mass of soil retained, we have to weigh that. It comes out as 409 gram. Next, and we are repeating this process. We have to count mass retained on each sieve. Next. We have to also measure or weight the mass of soil that is retained on the pan. If you have used 2 kg of soil sample, so cumulative mass, that is the total mass or the weight of the total mass we are counting now or we are measuring now, comes approximately 2 kg. Okay.
Now let's start with the calculation of this sieve analysis. So this is complete your sieve analysis data sheet in which we are having highest sieves from 12.5 mm up to 75 micron. Second is your particle size in mm. So it is nothing but equals to your highest sieve number. So it is 12.5 to again 75 micron, that is 0.075 mm. We have measured the mass retained on each sieve Then we have to calculate from this part, that is from column number E, we have to calculate the remaining part of this sieve analysis. Now what is column number E? Column number E is represented as mass retained on the previous sieve plus mass retained on the same sieve. So for 12.5 mm sieve, mass retained on the previous sieve is nil because we haven't used a sieve prior to 12.5 mm. So it becomes 0 plus mass retained on the same sieve, that is on 12.5, it is 202. So your value of cumulative mass retained on 12.5 mm sieve is 202. For 10 mm sieve, cumulative mass retained is mass retained on the previous sieve, that is mass retained on 12.5, that is 202. Mass retained on same sieve, that is 192. So this 202 plus 192 becomes 394. Likewise, we have to calculate all cumulative mass retained on each sieve. Then cumulative percentage retained. Column F is calculated by using the formula column E divided by total soil mass into 100. So for 12.5 mm sieve, value of percentage retained will be equals to value of E, that is 202, divided by total soil mass is 2000 into 100, which comes out as 10.1. Likewise, we have calculated all the percentage cumulative return. Then percentage final, that is column G, is represented by this formula 100 minus value from column F. So for 12.5 mm, percentage final will be equals to 100 minus 10.1, which is nothing but equals to 89.9. Likewise, we have determined all the percentage final. Now, in the next calculation, with the help of particle size and percentage final, that means the second column and the last column, with the help of these two columns, we are going to find out this complete particle size distribution curve. Now, as you can see on x-axis, there is particle size in mm. We are going to use the logarithmic scale for particle size in mm because we are having two small particle sizes. We are having a range from 12.5 up to 75 micron. So we have to use the logarithmic scale on x-axis. On y-axis, we are going with the percentage final. And this y-axis is your simple graph. So x-axis is your logarithmic scale and y-axis is your simple scale. Okay. Then your origin for the x-axis start with 0.01 since we are using this logarithmic scale. So your first point is 0.01. Then your next point is 0.1. So how we are going to find out this 0.1? 0.01, this will be 0.02, then this is 0.03, 0.04, 0.05, 0.06, 0.07, 0.08, 0.09, and then this is 0.1. Then again, in between 0.1 and 1, this is 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, up to 0.9, and this is 1. Okay, then again 1 to 10, say 2, 3, 4, up to 9, and then this is 10. Okay, and from 10 to 100. So x-axis consists of logarithmic scale in which particle size in mm is represented, and y-axis is percentage final simple graph 0 to 100%. Now, first for 12.5 mm, we have percentage final as 89.9. So let's start with this. So 12.5 comes after 10 but prior to 20. Remember, this is 20. Okay. So this is 10, this is 11, 12. So for 12.5, the percentage final is 89.9. So 90 we can take as a round up. So 12.5, it comes out as 89.9. For 10, it is 80.3. So from 10, we are going, and this is 80.3. So somewhere here. Then again, for 4.75, so 4 comes out as 1. This is 2, 3, 4. And then prior to 5, this is 4.75. And for 4.75, it is 59.85, that is nearly equals to 60. So this is 4.75 and this is 60. Okay. Likewise, you have to draw all the points considering particle size and percentage final. All the points are then joined with a smooth curve, and this curve is known as particle size distribution curve. Okay. Now with the help of this particle size distribution curve, we are going to determine two important parameters, that is coefficient of uniformity, which shows the uniformity of a soil in complete soil sample, and coefficient of curvature, which is represented as Cc, and it represents the shape of this particle size distribution curve. Now what is the formula for this Cu? Cu is represented as d60 by d10. Now what is this d10? D10 is also known as the effective size or effective diameter of the soil particle, and it is nothing but 10% of the particles are finer than the stated size. D60 is 60% of the particles are finer than the stated size. Coefficient of curvature Cc is represented by this formula, d30 square divided by d10 into d60. So in this, d30 is 30% of the particles are finer than the stated size. Now how to find out this d10, d30 and d60? So let's start with this. First for d10. D10 is effective size, effective diameter, or 10% of the particles are finer than the stated size. Okay, so how to calculate d10? So on y-axis there is 10. Okay, so from 10 we have to plot a horizontal line which cuts this particle size distribution curve, and from there we have to drag a vertical line which cuts your x-axis. Wherever it cuts, it gives you the value of d10. So in this case, it comes out as 0.514. How? This is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and somehow it is here. So it is 0.14. Okay. Then how to determine d30 size? Then again from y-axis, from 30, take your horizontal line up to this particle size distribution curve, and then again drag on x-axis, and wherever it cuts on x-axis, it represents your d30 size. So in our case, it is 1.734. Similarly, you go with the d60 size. Again, mark a horizontal line which cuts this particle size distribution curve, and then from particle size distribution curve you come downward which cuts on x-axis, and it will give you the value of d60. So it is 4.78. Now we have d10, d30, d60. Simply put these values in these two parameters, and we will have Cu as 9.317 and Cc as 1.22. Now it is having particular range because we have to classify the soil. The value of Cc is in between 1 to 3. It represents the soil is uniform. Soil is uniform, that means the soil contains different sizes in good proportion. Okay, so your value must be in between 1 to 3. So it is okay that it is a uniformly graded soil. Now, coming to your CU part, if your CU range is more than 4, it will be well graded gravel, and if your CU is more than 6, it will represent well graded sand. Let me tell you, well graded and uniformly graded are one of the same thing. So likewise, we have performed the experiment of sieve analysis and we have classified the soil.